Alright, welcome everybody to another edition of Wink Tutorial, Edius Edition. Today we're going to be learning about highlighting. Now highlighting is very similar to spot shadowing, but there is one major difference. Sometimes when we have something that we want to potentially spot shadow, but it's on black and white, which surveillance video, a lot of it is black and white. So whether that's a Nest camera, Ring camera, gas station, what we will find here is we will find a black and white video that won't necessarily look great with a spot shadow on it, and I'll kind of show you why. So I'm going to separate these two videos real quick, one to the actual robbery and one to the actual car going through the neighborhood. So what we're going to do is we're going to go use our handy dandy mask tool, and we're going to go and double click on that in our info box. I'm going to go ahead and drop a new mask actually on this one because we don't want the same one to copy over. So now I'm going to go into my mask up here, and so now I have my mask layouter open, and I'm going to go ahead and create this little oval here that's going to be kind of showing off the car. I'm going to go ahead and find out where this car pokes out right here on the video, and then I'm going to go ahead and move that out to about right there. I'm going to just position everything, and you'll see that instead of inside or outside that we used for blurring and for highlighting or for spot shadowing, we're going to try the spot shadow first. So we're going to go ahead and do the spot shadow way and change that to about 60% opacity, and we're going to take a look and see what this looks like. So before I get too busy, so I'm going to go ahead and drag that back over so I can kind of see a clear shot. Now what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a spot shadow that doesn't look terrible, but what you have is you've got a lot of kind of neutral colors. You've got blacks, you've got grays, you've got a little bit of white in there, but nothing really stands out. And then you've got all this dark area in here that will look horrendous if it's in a monitor. So instead of doing changing the opacity, we'll change that back to 100. We're going to go ahead and put an edge on this, and so we're going to put a color on it, and I'm going to change the width to 12. I'm going to take a look to see what that looks like here. So I'm going to look, and I mean, it's okay, but again, you've got black and white video, and with a white oval on there, it doesn't necessarily show up all that great. So I'm going to go back into my mask layouter, and I'm going to change the color from white to yellow. Yellow is the scientifically proven, tried and true standout color, and as you can see here, it really pops off the screen and really kind of illuminates your subject here. So we're going to go back into our mask, and I'm going to go and select mask, and I'm going to drag my cursor back to create my first keyframe, and I'm going to go off the screen for the first keyframe and then drag it out. And now that the car has appeared, I'm going to kind of pull my oval in there, and then I'm going to do what I've done for blurring, for spot shadowing, is I'm going to move a few frames ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and create a new keyframe. So I'm going to kind of keep a same level line and try to follow the car the best I can. And when you have something that's moving from left to right across the screen, you have the ability to cheat a little bit, and you don't have to go frame by frame by frame. And in this case, that's going to be something that we can take advantage of. So we can kind of just move it maybe like a half second at a time and create our next keyframe. Half second at a time, create our next keyframe. And we will continue to do so as that goes further down the line. There's going to be a lot of times where you have very complicated video and you might have to literally do every single frame. And you might have a 15-second video that's 30 frames per second, and I'm not good at math, but that might take a long time. So when you get videos like this where you can cheat and kind of move a half second at a time, instead of having to create a zillion keyframes, these are the ones that you'll actually look forward to doing because they're super simple. So we're going to do it again for this one, and I'm going to create my little oval, and we're going to watch this lady steal packages and fall down. So I don't know if she's right there, actually. That might be her behind the post. I don't think so, but we should do it anyway. So we're going to go ahead and select our color, select our yellow. We're going to want to create our first keyframe. So actually she's behind that tree. So I'm going to take my oval and I'm going to move it back over here, shrink it down a little bit because she looks pretty small back there. And then I'm going to wait till she's in view. And now I'm going to move, and she moves again. I move again. She moves again, I move again. She moves again, I move again. And we're going to go ahead and lather, rinse, repeat this all the way down the line. And as she gets a little bit closer to us, obviously she's going to get a little bit bigger because the point of view will be changing a little bit. So as she gets a little bit closer to us, I will make the oval a little bit bigger along the way. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and create our last couple keyframes here. And once she's on the ground, we'll probably be able to just call it a day. So I'm going to go ahead and scrub. Yep, looks good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and click on OK. Check out our final product here. But fortunately, we've got some very shuttery video here. So I'm going to go ahead and render my sequence real quick. And now that we're rendered, we can go back and look at our finished products here. So we can see this nice highlight of this chick stealing packages. And whoop, there we go. Okay, now we can check the beginning to see how our car looks. And our car looks like it's creeping. But it looks good. The oval stays on it the whole time. And we get an idea of exactly which car we're referencing. Obviously, there was only one in that video, but you kind of get the idea. The whole point of highlighting is very similar to that of spot shadowing, which is to identify an individual or something in a video that might not immediately jump out at the viewer. So again, this is not a very difficult edit, but this is definitely one of the tools that you should have in your toolbox. I hope you've learned a little something today, and until the next tutorial, catch you on the flippity flip.